What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Scott and welcome back to FudgeMuppet. Skyrim is filled with many colourful creatures, characters and critters, but not all are so colourful. Some are truly disturbing. Here are 6 utterly disturbing enemies that lurk the corners of Skyrim. The Hag Ravens are horrifying abominations that fester in their grotesque existence. Legend has it these creatures were once witches who gave up their humanity to become these hideous avian-like humanoids. Their limbs are long and bony, their hair scraggly and grey, their eyes black as night, their noses hooked like witches of fairy tales. They even have feathers that protrude from areas of their skin. Let's not forget their repulsive voices and their not so heavenly shrieks of pain as you put these vile creatures to the sword. But that is only if you manage to successfully do so, as these abominations can be quite dangerous, with their innate 10% magic resistance and powerful magic like Fireball and Ice Spike. Even if you manage to evade their magic, you will have to avoid being struck by their deadly talons, as you don't want to get an awful case of brain rot from these atrocities. To top it all off, they hunt down the Spriggans of the forests to capture and sacrifice them, harvesting their taproot hearts. These repulsive bird witches are often revered by the Forsworn of the Reach, who will undergo a disturbing ritual where the heart of a Forsworn is ripped out and replaced with a briar heart, hence the name Forsworn Briarheart. The Briarheart, a seed-like item, is crudely implanted into the body of a Forsworn and crudely held in with what looks like twigs. I present to you the Frankenstein of Skyrim. Though this enemy is not exactly undead, they aren't exactly living either. The much-respected Telvanni wizard Neloth believes that this ritual puts their life spark in direct connection to the natural forces, whatever that means. But one thing is clear, these Briarheart warriors are as powerful as they are disturbing, being able to employ powerful destruction magic or deadly dual-wielding melee techniques to respectively melt or hack your face off. You can't talk about disturbing monstrosities without mentioning the Volca vampires of Skyrim. Led by the villainous Lord Harkin, these vampires squabble and scheme in the court of Castle Volca as they dine on the most succulent meat and drink the most divine blood of mere mortals. Their glowing eyes and unsettling bat-like appearances are enough to make most relieve themselves out of fear. It is said that this particular breed of vampires lay dormant underneath remote icy lakes, and when an unsuspecting victim walks by, they use powers of intangibility to reach through the ice without breaking it to kill and feed upon their victim. And of course, there is nothing more menacing than a pure-blooded Volca vampire who has taken on the powerful vampire lord form. Speaking of those that lurk in remote places, the Falmer, the twisted, blinded, cursed elves that now inhabit the caves and Dwemer ruins of Skyrim, are some of the most disturbing enemies. They are said to have a repulsive odor which allows adventurers to avoid them, and rightly so, as these creatures are hideous and very dangerous. They were once a proud race of elves inhabiting the lands of Skyrim, but in a raw deal with the Dwemer, they were forced to subsist on toxic fungi, which changed them into sightless, hunched-over goblin-like creatures that you see before you today. Long fallen from grace, these repulsive results of corruption now live in tents and rags, fashioning armor and weapons out of chitin-like materials and roaming through the cavernous networks of Skyrim. Just remember when adventuring through the caverns of Skyrim that while these wretched creatures may not be able to see you, they can definitely hear you and they can definitely smell you. So watch out. Another particularly grotesque enemy that you can encounter in Skyrim is one of Pereite's Afflicted. They are a group of Bretons with a wasting disease, which some would consider a blessing or a curse, depending on the person. This affliction causes the individual to manifest unusually red skin and allows them to vomit a ghastly green poisonous bile from their mouths. These disgusting denizens are ones to avoid on your travels, unless you want to be on the receiving end of some poisonous chunder containing last night's chowder. Finally, one of the most haunting encounters that you can have is with one of the unsettling Seekers of Apocrypha. They are a creature consisting of creepy tentacles roaming the endless libraries of forbidden knowledge in Hermaeus Mora's realm of Apocrypha. They seem to turn invisible, teleport, and come out of nowhere, viciously attacking you, overwhelming you with their horrific appearance and powerful magic. If one of these disturbing creatures is not enough to creep you out, they can actually clone themselves to close in on you like the monsters of a nightmare. It is said that they are rarely seen outside the realm of Apocrypha, and perhaps this is a good thing. Otherwise, there would not be many who sleep soundly with these monstrosities floating around at night. Subscribe to FudgeMuppet for more videos just like this, and if you wish to see more like this, give it a like, and as a little game, I'd like to see you guys put these in order of most disturbing to least disturbing in the comments below. I'm Scott, and I'll be back to nerd out with you all again very soon. Sleep tight.